The alpha boar hunt. The forest had fallen silent. No birds. No wind. Just the low whisper of mist moving through the trees. For weeks, the villagers had lived in fear. Fields destroyed overnight. Fences crushed like paper. Livestock, gone. Whatever haunted these woods wasn't just another wild boar. It was something far more dangerous. A ghost of the forest. The locals called it the Alpha. Every hunter who dared to track it came back empty-handed. Traps smashed to pieces. Footprints that vanished into thin air. This creature wasn't running, it was thinking. Watching. Learning. But this morning, everything changed. We weren't chasing shadows anymore. We were going to end it. Before dawn, we met by the old trail, me, James, and David. We'd hunted together before, but this hunt felt different. The air itself felt heavy, thick with something ancient. We checked our rifles, whispered the plan. And stepped into the fog. Every sound, amplified. Every breath, measured. The forest was holding its breath. As if it knew what was coming. We followed the tracks. Deep. Heavy. Fresh. Each one sank inches into the earth. The Alpha's close, David murmured. No one replied. We all knew. The silence wasn't peace. It was the calm before the storm, then, it came. A sound so deep it shook the ground beneath our boots. A growl, primal, defiant, alive. Branches snapped. The underbrush erupted. And then, it appeared. The Alpha charged through the mist like a freight train. A wall of muscle and rage. Its tusks gleamed like ivory blades. Its eyes burned with something almost human, fury, and intelligence. I raised my rifle and fired. The first shot grazed its shoulder. But it barely flinched. It roared, spun, and charged straight for me. I dove aside. The beast thundered past, tearing through the brush. Splintering trees like matchsticks. On your left. James shouted. 2 more shots echoed through the valley. One hit. Then another. The Alpha stumbled, but didn't stop. It turned toward James. And charged again. Heartbeat sound. Everything slows down. David dropped to one knee, calm as stone. He took a deep breath. And fired one perfect shot. The bullet struck true, just behind the shoulder. The Alpha staggered. Groaned. And collapsed. The ground shook as its body hit the earth. Then, silence. For a long moment, we stood frozen. The storm eased. Rain began to fall through the canopy, soft and steady. When we approached, it was like walking toward a legend. The Alpha's body was enormous, scarred, ancient, beautiful in its brutality. Its tusks were chipped from battles. Its hide carried the story of survival itself. Even in death, it looked undefeated. James lowered his rifle. It's over, he said quietly. But we all knew better. By noon, the mist began to lift. Sunlight filtered through the trees. Washing the forest in pale gold that we didn't speak much. There's no celebration in moments like this. Only respect. The Alpha wasn't a monster. It was the embodiment of nature's will. Strong, unyielding, and perfectly adapted to survive. It ruled this land because it deserved to. We hadn't conquered the wild today. We had simply become part of its endless story. As we loaded the body onto the truck, I looked back one last time. The forest stood still again. Peaceful, but never safe. Because for every Alpha that falls, another will rise. Out there, in the shadows, young boars learn the art of survival. They grow faster, stronger, smarter. And one day, one of them will step forward to claim the title of Alpha. The hunt will return. The fields will tremble. And the forest will echo once more with the roar of the wild. The Alpha has fallen. But the wild never truly surrenders. As we drove away, the forest began to fade behind us. The mist closing in like a curtain, swallowing the trails, the tracks, and the silence we left behind. For a moment, it almost felt peaceful. But deep inside, we knew the truth. The wild doesn't end. It doesn't forgive. It waits. Because somewhere out there, beneath those same trees, another shadow moves. Another heartbeat grows stronger. Another Alpha begins to rise. And when it does, the cycle will begin again. The hunt will return. The fields will tremble. And once more, the forest will echo with the sound of fury, survival, and life itself. The Alpha has fallen. But the wild never truly surrenders. Subscribe, and join us next time as we step once again into the heart of the hunt.